Hi, Jennifer. Jenna, good to meet you. So we're going to do a general reading for you. You didn't specify if there was anything super specific, which is totally fine. So we're just going to see what the general energy is. Interesting. Your first card is the Star in reverse. So that tells me that something has happened to kind of like crush your dreams in some way, shape, or form, or a lot of like despair, disappointments, and really facing a lot of exhaustion. So I feel like you could also be a little insecure, maybe wondering if things will ever work out. The good news is I see a lot of blessings that are going to come to you. So I will show you all of these cards once I get them all laid out one by one. Let's see what's going on. Well, both of these want to come out. All right. So we start off with some sort of disappointment. Make sure my headpiece is on. Okay, so one of the things that I would say with the Star in reverse is this is a card that can tell us that sometimes we really have to refocus our energy. So if this was, let's say it was a project that you wanted to go somewhere and it kind of fizzled out or it didn't take off. It could be relationships that maybe crushed your dreams and gave you a lot of disappointment, things like that. So I feel like you almost have to keep hope alive that things can turn around and work out. And I feel like they will exponentially. So I don't know if you manifest or not. I am somebody who really believes that manifesting works if you know how to do it. I feel like there are lots of methods that really do work, and this tells us that you have abundance coming to you. So the Ten of Pentacles is a card of like inheritance or sudden money coming to you, like a lottery win, maybe something that you've invested in finally pays off, but it's taken a very long time to get to you. But it's somehow owed to you. It's like karma is kind of spinning things in your favor and changing things for the better. So wealth, inheritance, and abundance. So I feel like almost that these dreams had to be crushed in order for these new opportunities and blessings to come in, right? And that's where the transformation comes in. So death is Scorpio energy, and it tells us that we go through cycles in life, and sometimes those cycles have to come to a close so that we can begin a new chapter in life. So you have to go through this transformation, this evolution, and this metamorphosis. And sometimes it's reflected in loss or transition. I also feel like sometimes parts of us kind of die off so that new parts of us can awaken and be birthed into creation. So I feel like you could potentially have also a new business opportunity coming in for you. The Ace of Pentacles is usually seen as like a hand reaching through the clouds holding a pinnacle, and it's literally meaning that there is a gift from God coming in for you. So abundance from source, basically. So new business opportunities, gifts coming in. Think of it could be something that maybe shocks you, but it will be worth your time. So definitely worth the effort. I do feel like that Ace of Pentacles could lead to the abundance that the Ten of Pentacles represents. So you'll have to let me know how that happens. The Four of Swords tells us that we can't forget to take good care of ourselves. So if you're somebody who works all the time and really doesn't practice things like self-love and self-care, I would highly encourage you to start, because that card also signals that we're kind of finding our inner sanctuary. We're finding our inner peace. And by giving ourselves permission to rest when we need to, we don't approach burnout. So I feel like that's something that needs to be incorporated, especially because it looks like you're going through a lot of changes, or you soon will. The Wheel of Fortune with the Ten of Pentacles tells me this could be unexpected money coming to you. Again, it could be an inheritance, it could be sudden wealth, it could be abundance that you've worked for. But some of this is unexpected, and it's karmically or destiny that you received this. So that means that you might not know it's coming. It could be something that maybe you've worked for very hard but didn't expect it to take off or go anywhere. I do feel like however this comes about, this good fortune is something that it's owed to you by some way, shape, or form. So don't overthink it. I feel like you might be an overthinker like a lot of us, and this tells us it's also time to break that cycle. So it makes us feel stuck. It makes us feel trapped. Can we think outside the box? Can we get creative? Can we brainstorm? Can we come up with new solutions without it being a negative thought process? So try and keep your thoughts positive. And yes, it can be a challenge. All right. There's lots of frustrations around work and money right now. So either your job's driving you crazy, financial issues could be driving you crazy. This asks you, is the juice worth the squeeze? Meaning, is it worth the investment in your time and energy, or is it not? Do you need to like chuck it and start from scratch, try something new, go in a new direction? Because I feel like the disappointment is correlated to this job card or the financial investments card. And so what that's telling me is that there could be something that maybe you have lost hope in or that you've given up on, and it just hasn't panned out yet. But I see that you need to evaluate whether this is right for you to keep going or whether you go in a different direction. And that's going to be the deciding factor that kind of ushers in these streams of money coming to you. So Spirit is asking you, can you go within? Can you reflect? Can you maybe do some shadow work, some soul searching, withdraw a little while and gain some insight in order to gain some inspiration? So meditate, journal, ground, reflect on things that maybe create like disharmony within us, whether it's trauma from the past that we're releasing. Really working on healing some things is going to open up, again, abundance. And I feel like it happens quickly. So the Chariot symbolizes that you have a lot of forward progress coming, even though things have been quite literally stuck and stagnant. So I feel like you don't want to rush the decision. That's going to be important. So make sure you have all the details you need in order to make a clear, wise decision. But then it looks like you also have a decision about travel and movement, like physical relocation. I feel like this could also be that maybe you're moving someplace just to move. And I feel like this could also involve a vehicle, either purchasing one, sometimes it's renting a car, things like that. But I feel like that is in the very near future as well. I would say by month's end. So by the end of January, I feel like a lot of these things are starting to come in. The other thing Spirit is telling you is that you need to be cautious that you don't overwhelm yourself. And so some of that is needing to maybe delegate or to let go of some sort of stress or heavy burden that you've managed to carry for some time. So needing to like make adjustments in your life. I feel like some of that is just letting go of stress and worry, and that can be difficult for overthinkers. I am one myself. The other thing I would tell you is that sometimes it's a sense of duty or obligation that's weighing us down, like being a people pleaser. And so that might be another one that you want to slowly start to expand and get away from instances like that. So your last two cards are the Knight of Coins and the World, which tells me that you may just have a job that lets you travel all over the world. What a wonderful thing. The other thing is the Knight of Coins talks about travel and relocation, but it's always going to greener pastures. So like a lucrative opportunity coming in and kind of landing in your lap. The other thing with the Knight of Coins is he is somebody that is kind of well-traveled. He's somebody who brings in opportunities. So it could be like you hear this from a friend, maybe a coworker, things like that, but almost like you hear about it through the grapevine about this opportunity. The other thing I will tell you is that the hard work is required with this card. So this knight puts in a lot of time and effort into what they do. So you don't want to give up before you actually see the reward. I feel like that's also worth mentioning, that you want to keep improving, you want to keep doing the hard work until you reach the finish line. If it's not worth your investment, change course. The other thing I will tell you is that the world tells us that you're closing out old cycles so that something new can begin. And you also have the Death card, which is symbolic for closing cycles and new ones beginning. So I feel like there's going to be positive news to celebrate by the end of the month. I also feel like you have a lot of wish fulfillments that could be coming in, abundance that's coming in. The one thing that I don't see in your reading is love. So I'm going to pull one more deck and we're going to see if there's anything to do with love. So work, money improves. I feel like you're also traveling. I feel like you have more money than you've ever had. I feel like cars could be important. There might be a new car coming in. But shadow work and hard work are required for this. So don't let a setback or disappointment stop you from chasing after what it is that you want, because you will be abundant. What else does Jennifer need to know? Great name, by the way, great name. All right, what else? Yes. So I feel like you're gonna first need to kind of focus on these goals or bright ideas. The other thing with this is that you're gonna have to juggle at least a little bit in the beginning. So while the bright ideas might require some further study or expanding your knowledge in some area, you might be thinking about going to college, maybe you need to brush up on a certain skill, learn something new. It's gonna be a balancing act in the beginning. So plan or set some goals in order to actually go forward. It's really curious energy that comes with the Page of Swords. So I feel like you're excited about this opportunity. And it will be needing to take a leap of faith and go in a new direction. So this is where you have to take like a trust fall with the universe in order to actually make that first step and go forward. So use your intellect. I feel like you're going to have to cut off some things or have some strong boundaries going forward. This queen has been hurt before when it comes to love. So at the bottom of this card, she's got her heart down here in a cage and she holds a sword. So she's one that is very scrupulous. She's somebody who like she's laser focused on her goals, and she doesn't let people get near her until she knows that they're good for her. And so any sort of deception, she's like, nope, you're out of here, you're cut. So I do feel like you have a lot of beautiful energy coming in to celebrate, and you need to also expect some major changes in your life in order to get there. So I do feel like there could also be there's some kind of loss, because we have the Death card and the Tower card in your reading. So I want to address that. I don't typically ever read the Death card as literal, but with the Tower, I would say there could be some sort of major loss. That could be a physical loss. That could be job loss. That could be something happens and you lose something that's, we deem important. So whatever this loss happens to be, know that you are going to make like a big jump back, a big recovery. But the change itself could be quite like overwhelming in the beginning. Let's put it that way. So if you look at this Tower, the tree's being struck by lightning. The little squirrel there has been preparing, stashing its, supply in the tree. Well, the tree gets struck, so the tree is no more, and everything that was in it is being released. So, like, the squirrel has to start over, but the butterflies on here symbolize transformation. So when the butterfly goes in its cocoon, it's shedding its old version of the caterpillar in order to emerge brand new. And I feel like that's something that you're also going through. So you could be going through a spiritual awakening. Judgment is all about an epiphany. It's all about transformative energy. It's spiritual enlightenment, but it's the completion of the journey. And then you also have the Fool, which is incredible. So it's like you're going to have this full circle moment by the end of 2025, I feel like. And I also think that while you're going through these major changes, it's also causing you to maybe rethink how you think, which is crazy. So the Queen of Swords is super intelligent. She's a deep thinker, but she's also learning how to break bad habits by doing the shadow work and uncovering, well, why do I do these things that I do? And kind of piecing together the missing pieces of the puzzle in order to expand her knowledge and to really spiritually grow. So I love this for you. This is amazing. All right, what else does she need to know about her outcome? Show me what else she needs to know. Yes, okay, so we're asking, well, there was everything but love. And love. The Spirit's like, and love. She's got that too. So you're going to be celebrating a new connection. The Ace of Cups is very emotionally fulfilling, so I get the sense that maybe you didn't have a lot of the emotional aspect. Maybe you didn't want it. But I feel like that's coming in for you. So interesting. Yep. And it leads to something that's solid and stable. So you might actually be celebrating a relationship that leads to commitment, things like marriage, engagements, long-standing, solid, stable relationships that are healthy. And that's the best thing. What else? Yep. So you might be reminiscing about the past as well. This could also be somebody that you share a past with. It could be that you visit like your old hometown. I also feel like there is this growth. So if you look at this card, there's a little boy and a puppy, and then there is an older man and his adult dog, and it's the same child that's grown up. And each one of those bowls represents like a milestone in this person's life. And so I feel like you're kind of looking back over however long you've been on this earth this time and kind of take stock of, okay, well, if I'd have known that, maybe I'd have changed things. But ultimately, I feel like we get to a point in life where it's like I wouldn't change anything, because every single twist and turn on our journey made us who we are today. And without something that maybe happened along the way, good or bad, we wouldn't be who we are. And so we need to thank the universe for all of the things that got us the growth that we have. Ooh, okay. So I feel like Spirit's trying to show you that it's time to be a little bit more free-spirited and actually enjoy things in life again. So remember to have fun. There's going to be some sort of breakthrough, bright idea, creativity, or truth being revealed. It could be somebody's feelings. We're going to go from lack, literally, to abundance. So we go from a place of, I can't afford to live right now, to I have everything I could ever want and then some. So I do feel like it's going to be a really magical year for you come 2025. What's crazy is I've been seeing a lot of these same cards come out in collective readings as well as personals. So Spirit has one last message for you to close your reading. So Spirit is encouraging newness. You have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups. I thought you had all 4 aces out here. Let me see. Make sure. So you have 3 of the 4 aces out of the tarot here, and you have the Ace of Pentacles in the first part. So you literally have all 4 aces. So you have new beginnings in money. You have new beginnings in creativity, bright ideas, and passions. You have breakthroughs, you have creativity, and you have a brand new love. So you are going to have an incredible 2025. Make sure you see things for face value and what they are. The moon represents illusions. So we are getting ready to see the truth and let go of any sort of illusions that we might have been under. Part of that is facing our fears. The devil in reverse tells us that we are overcoming all of these challenges. We are doing the shadow work. We are facing our fears, and we are healing. So this is an awesome card. You will get the victory, and you do get a wish fulfillment. So this victory could cast you in the spotlight in some way, shape, or form. Public speaking, being online, being on stage somehow. And this tells you that you're about to be recognized in a big way. So rewards or accolades, potential for fame and fortune are also associated with the 6 of Wands. It's yours after a long fought battle or your victory. And the 9 of Cups tells us that we do have some sort of emotionally fulfilling wish fulfillment that's coming in. What's funny is this and the Star card, which is what we started with, both kind of mean the same thing. So when the star is in the upright, you get a wish fulfillment. The 9 of Cups, when it's in the upright, is emotionally fulfilling or a dream come true. So whatever it is that you're working towards, you have a lot of new energy that leads to abundance. Love is included, they said to remind me, and I feel like you have so many new beginnings that you're going to start to celebrate very, very soon. So aces are all like really quick, you know, it's like it's quick coming, brand new. So if you see 1111 or 1111, that's confirmation for you. I would say within like the next hour of seeing your video. You have all 4 aces, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the 10 of Pentacles twice. So I would say it's going to be a very fruitful year for you financially. I do feel like you're going to meet somebody, if you're not already coupled up, that's brand new, that could lead to marriage and commitment. It could be somebody that is from your past. Maybe you've known them from childhood. I do feel like you're experiencing some sort of loss or setback, but things are drastically turning around. What was I saying? Full circle moment. Full circle. You're going to literally go from it looks like rags to riches here. So congratulations. Keep me posted. Let me know how things go. Have a great night.